Hi. One of these days, I'm gonna get my shit together and be like Suzanne and have music playing.
Think
No,
that
I'm
often.
kidding. I would. My brain doesn't do that.
hmm You can kick my Calendly note taker out. I don't know how to make it stop coming with me,
Get
but
out of here.
use it. So I need to go turn that off. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, Micah's here. Good. I wasn't sure. She said she had storms.
I saw that actually. It was on the news here last night, I think.
Well, she texted saying that she had no internet. So
Hmm.
you have internet
It's
again.
here. Yay.
Hi. And
It
hi,
just came back.
it just came back. Well, hopefully you get to stay with us.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, and hello, flowers.
Hello.
Flora. I'm gonna rename you. I don't
Oh,
know. I mean, you have a lovely name, but you're like all the flowers all the time right now. And I
that's the
love
time
it.
of the year.
I know.
I celebrate the season.
It's good. That's good. Um, yeah, the weather's been kind of crazy all over the country. So you had storms, Micah. My sister's visiting. She's going up to some show in the Gorge. I don't know what the Gorge is. Apparently it's a big thing. And last night, like tents were flying all over the place and everyone had to shelter in place. So like I didn't know weather was crazy like this. Hello, Kathleen.
It's going to be mid 40s here tomorrow.
What?
Mhm.
This is my
It,
stink eye.
it was like 80s
Yeah.
yesterday. Like,
Oh, we were supposed to get storms last night and we didn't. I didn't. Did you? I mean, the wind picked up for a few minutes, but that was about it.
Yeah, it got like a little cloudy skied and then that was it.
But apparently, everywhere else has gotten it because Micah has been without internet and it's going to
Whoops.
be 40 for you, Megan. So congrats. Lucky. I'm sorry. How are y'all? It's the end of the month. We all survived. We all survived. Megan, before I forget, I reserved our hotel room yesterday. So yay. Um, this month was all about boundaries. Here held boundaries? Yeah, we tried. Who here tried to hold boundaries? Yeah. Um, I was having a really interesting talk with my sister yesterday when she was through town on boundaries because our family's terrible at boundaries. Who here has families that are terrible at boundaries? Yeah. Um, and we were talking about because she's in the social work space, so she has language around boundaries too, right? And we were talking about how a lot of times we think that boundaries are about keeping other people away or keeping things off of our plate, or it's this negative, and so it's really hard to enforce because we don't like being mean, negative people. Um, and boundaries are really about protecting ourselves and our energy, right? Um, I forget the name of the book, but it Tame, something like that, and it was about cheetahs and islands. And anyway, some self-help book a few years ago, and I don't even remember who wrote it. But the metaphor that I really liked was that you got to think of boundaries like you're on your island and you get to decide who you let on and off the island. And you get to decide the people that are allowed on your island once a year versus the people who are allowed on your island every day. And that's not about keeping people out, it's about protecting your island, right? Your island is yours, it's sacred. So that was the work we need to be doing all the time as women, as leaders, as all those things. Oh, good. Tori's here too. Um, and also it's really hard work that takes repeated practice and repeated noticing where we're holding boundaries and where they are sometimes really hard to hold. And the two happy skills that were really a part of it this month were We're two that tend to get sacrificed very quickly in leadership, in building businesses, and that's feeling and compassion. Because we don't like feeling, and compassion doesn't always seem like the most important thing. Like when your world is on fire, when you are dealing and juggling with all these things, compassion can feel like, I don't got time for this. I'll do this here in a bit. But when they're working together, they're doing something really interesting, and that's why they're so important as the happy skills. And I will say, I had this really interesting conversation with Megan on one of the IAW panel, or it wasn't a panel, it was just you and me talking about something. I don't even remember what it was. We were talking online like we tend to do. And I got off and I had this epiphany that I talk about them as the happy skills, but really they're the human skills. They're the skills that as humans allow us to show up at our best. And we don't like the human skill of feeling because culturally it is frowned upon to express your feelings outwardly. But feeling is asking you to notice what's happening inside you, right, before you react. And compassion is asking you to hold yourself and other people around you with care while you're doing the feeling and while they are doing the feeling, right? So you need both of those to practice the skill of feeling. All right, so it's the end of the month. I'm not going to talk much because I get tired of hearing my own voice. So we're going to just have our conversations around this. I have some starter questions, but this group is chatty. Although y'all aren't chatty this morning. This group likes to talk when I give a question, so we're just going to see what we'll get through. Let's go around, and first, let's talk about where you did hold a boundary or protect your capacity this month, and how doing that changed how you were able to show up. So, for example, mine, and this is personal and business, I got to the point where I was like, I'm done, and I deleted all of my little social apps off my phone. They had been on timers, they had been on lockdown, they had been during certain hours you couldn't access them. I did all of those things, and I realized I had this obsessive desire first thing in the morning. I had to do my LinkedIn brain games. Like I had to do these things to start my day, and I was like, this is not good. And so I got rid of all of them. And I don't check my phone as much, right? Like, so that has given me back time, and I'm not holding my phone to where my kids are always like, get off the phone, right? So that is a boundary I held because I realized I was just wasting my time doing something that didn't really matter every day. Anyone else? Yeah. You were saying something, Tori. You and your Wordle. I saw you Wordling yesterday.
I was calling you a nerd
Well,
for playing the LinkedIn brain games, but I can't really talk because I was doing the Wordle. I don't do the Wordle every day, but the other day I did it. I got the first three were green letters, and my heart just started beating so fast. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it on the first try. Yeah. I'm gonna get it on the first try, and I did it. But well, I'll go since I'm talking.
Well, I want to like defend myself. Is the LinkedIn brain games? They pull you in because you get streaks. And so I hit like 100-day streak, and then it became I can't break the streaks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I walked away at a 262-day streak, y'all. Do you know how hard that is to walk away from?
The willpower.
And you get 2 freezes. So I had to make it to 72 hours to officially know I broke the streak because I had freezes saved. Yeah. Anyway, it was a big thing. Okay. All right,
we have this problem. One of my kids goes to summer camp,
yeah,
and she didn't have her phone for a month. Last summer, she gave a friend her Snapchat password so she wouldn't lose streaks. And I'm like, but Caitlin, you're cheating. It's like the concept that you have to maintain that streak, but you're you're cheating. So just so you don't break that streak, but it's not really real.
It's not really your streak. And yeah, well,
I
still, it
got
matters. It's a big thing.
I
I got a
like,
new, go ahead, Megan.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I got a new phone not last Christmas time, but the year before because I threw it away at a holiday party. Literally threw it in the trash. We watched it on the trash truck the next day, just driving around Kansas
Oh,
City. So when I got my new phone, I just didn't re-add Snapchat,
oh yeah.
but I never deleted my account. So now I have friends that are still like, you probably have like 400 missed Snapchats from me. And I'm like, they will forever never be watched. Like they
Good.
will like, cause yeah, I didn't re-add it. I was gonna go, but I really can't think of anything off the top of my head. I think on this call though, or maybe on Power Hour, I had talked about like my personal life kind of being my barrier, I
Yeah.
guess. And so that was much improved, like just like having those conversations. And I think like that's where maybe the boundaries and compassion comes into is like um I Derek, my partner, went out of town for a month because he can work from anywhere. And so I was like, okay, well, we didn't get the couches figured out. So now my office is back to like plan A, which I'd rather it be plan B. And so then the other day on the phone, I was able to be like, hey, what if we did this? Like he's gone. And he's like, yeah, that sounds great. Like I want you to have the best out of your investment. So I think for me, it was more a lesson in like the compassion part really came in for
Yeah.
me on that, Jess. Like having the wherewithal to be like to hold this space to say, you know, I'm very grateful that you are trying to do the couches. I'm grateful this. Also, I'm spending a significant investment hiring an organizer to come in. I would really love if this could happen. You know, this has been a thing I've been stretched on the last, you know, couple of years. And so I think coming at it from that place of like gratitude and also like what can we do to make this happen versus like a I'm gonna move the stuff because you're gone. So I don't really think that's maybe super aligned with what you're talking about. It's
Well,
less of a boundary, but the compassion part really came in to be able to I don't see it as a boundary as much as just like
yeah.
holding the line on something that's important to me, which
Yes.
I think can be a boundary. And
Yeah.
so I continued to hold the line this month of like, I really want this to happen. Like I'm going to continue coming back to this well and approach it from different ways until we can like make this happen. And here's why, right? Like here is why as a couple, here is why as a family, here's why as a household
Yeah.
that this is important, not just because I got a wild hair.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I have to myself go back a lot to what is the function of a boundary, right? The purpose of a boundary is to protect your energy and capacity. And I think that's very much what you're talking about is I need this done so that my space is fueling me and what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to create, how I'm trying to show up. That is protecting your energy and capacity. And compassion and gratitude are helping you do it. And that's awesome. And I am very excited to see your place when the organizer's done. So yay.
Yeah, I will send you guys pictures.
Okay.
I moved all the shelves and the books out of the office yesterday and put them against the wall, but my basement is now just full of all my bookshelf stuff. My bookshelves are so heavy and I was tired. I was like, I can't
Oh,
put
yeah.
books back on the shelf today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting. I'll send photos if I ever get into the
Yeah.
portal.
Well, good. I will also, you can always reply to emails too, to the weekly email. I know you read them every week. You have told me this. You read them every single week. I'm going to just because I think it's funny and I'm staring. You're talking about your bookshelves having too much in your space. And I can see that Megan's bookshelves have gotten a lot lighter because Megan has a lot of exciting and big things happening. And so I'm going to go over to Megan and see how she's doing and how you're protecting your capacity.
So the biggest thing is I put my house on the market last week, and the realtor can't, the person who's listing my house, I I bought this house with her, and we know each other quite well. And she's walking through my house before we started doing any staging, and she's like, "This house is massive." I'm like, "No shit, that's why I want to move." And then she put the listing together, and it shows 4,900 square feet. And I'm like, "It's not that big." "Oh, it is that big." I'm like, "There's no reason I need 5 toilets." And I'm so excited to not have 5 toilets to clean anymore. Because this is the house that my ex-husband wanted.
Yeah.
So this is the house we bought. So we have accumulated way too much crap over the last 10 years since moving here. I had boxes that moved from Dubai to Connecticut to here without ever having been opened. So stuffed animals, stuffed animals. So I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Um, but the two things that I had to really protect, one was with my kids and really holding them accountable to help with clearing out the house. And there's a lot of emotions with change and moving and all the things. My middle child struggled with this massively, but we got it done, which was really good. The other side of it was with my ex-husband because this is the house we bought together. He tends to get very sentimental. Like he's not a sentimental person, but he does this thing where he revisits memories and he wants me to revisit with him. We still see a therapist quite frequently because of other co-parenting challenges. So she helped me craft language to hold boundaries around the the emotional kind of reminiscing stuff and just saying, If you need to do it, great, but we're not doing that together." Like that,
Yeah.
because I'm sort of I've processed and moved on, and I think he's still processing. Um, and so he was in Puerto Rico. He sent me a picture of the place we got married just a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't need that. And what he doesn't understand is he sends the email and he's like, "Well, you don't have to look at it." Well, you send me an email, I'm going to open the freaking email. Like, I can't just ignore emails because then you get mad that I don't respond to your emails. But I made it very clear, we are not reminiscing
Yeah.
about anything because he will walk through this house and be like, "Oh, it was such a good house." And, da, da, and I'm ready to be done with the house.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. Getting your house ready, getting it on the market, all of that's a lot. On top
But
of
also
everything else
keeping
I
it
know that you're going
ready,
through. I know.
keeping it ready to show.
With 3 kids.
With
Yes.
3 kids and a dog, and
Yes.
yeah. Oh, and we had people looking at it last week, and they found water in the basement. There's a crack in the foundation.
I'm sorry.
So, but the good news is it's getting repaired next week, and it only costs $1,000. So,
Sweet. Foundation problems can tend to be much more expensive than that. So that's a good
well,
one.
that's what he said. The guy was like, "Just be glad the last house I was at had 10 cracks in the foundation. They were all actively leaking."
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, I'm
Oy.
so ready to be done with this house.
Yes, think of all the energy and capacity you'll have in your new space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Kathleen. Kathleen did it.
I don't know if I did it, but
You did.
I'm
You did it.
practicing. No, I have two things on business side. The kind of one was I signed a new client yesterday, but a very short term, a nonprofit that needs one project, and usually my model is slightly different. And the way I didn't hold my ground was my standard minimum is a retainer of 10 hours per month for 3 months and then continuing with the expectation that I'm your HR department. They don't need that. They're downsizing from 7 employees
Mm.
to 4 employees. So that even my level of support is kind of overloaded for them, and their financial capacity kind of can't manage that.
Yeah.
And so what I did hold to was I only work on retainer. I don't do real hours, I do retained hours. And I said, for you guys, because you came to me from a client, I want to maintain that client relationship as well. They signed on for 2 months at
Okay.
my standard minimum hours. I'm like, all right, well, this is something that I personally feel okay about.
Yeah.
And it was okay. So then they signed and we'll work together and basically they need to have me to help them offboard these people. And I'm like, okay, that is what we will do. And it will be smoother than if they hadn't engaged with
Yeah.
me.
Well, congrats on the new client.
Thank you.
And you reminded me, I have an email introduction to send to you.
Oh, lovely.
Someone who needs help in that space. So
Yes.
yeah, that's coming. This was my reminder right here.
Hey.
All right, no, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
you know, one of the great things about running our own businesses is we get to decide when we can bend boundaries and rules, right?
Yeah.
We
Well,
get to make
and
those decisions.
actually
We just have to live with those decisions too.
just this morning, this
Yeah.
client who is like they refused to offboard months ago. I think they're finally offboarding now. They sent me an email saying, "Oh, we want a meeting for January 1, but they haven't paid their invoice for, or I'm sorry, June.
Yeah.
We want a meeting for June 1, but they haven't paid their June invoice." And my impression is that they think they're going to sneak this in
Yeah.
as May.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just sent them a thing saying, well, you haven't paid your invoice, so I can't accept this meeting until you do.
Yeah. But
And we'll see
hold
what
that line.
happens. And
Yeah.
and I'm just like, honestly, if they say screw you, I'm like, yeah, honestly, fine.
And if they don't, yeah, it's on them. It's their decision now. Like you
Yeah,
hold the boundary.
yeah.
It's their decision now. Okay. Well, yay. Look at you.
Doing something.
You're doing things. You're doing things. All right. Flora. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I just
Go
find it
Flora.
so funny.
You're just all flowers.
Oh, so I actually think I have too many boundaries.
Oh, okay.
And I'd like all of your opinions. So I just started a new contract last week. I'm actually back to working,
Yay.
and it's been really weird for me
Yeah.
because like I have these alarm bells going off of like you're gonna overtax yourself, you're gonna work too hard, you're gonna put in too much effort, and I end up not doing anything. Like I get
Yeah.
nothing done of any consequence. I mean, my my contract is being satisfied, but I don't feel at all satisfied.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's because of the boundaries I put up around being burnt out, or if I'm legitimately protecting myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyone else have anything to jump in with, or questions, or reframes, or
I I am curious, Caroline, like when you say you're not sure if it's burned out or boundaries you're putting in place to protect yourself, like my standard inclination typically goes to like if you think it might be burnout, you are past the point of burnout. Like burnout,
Oh, I was
in
already
my
burnt out.
experience, is like you don't recognize it until you're past it. And so, but I think that boundaries are a natural consequence of burnout in a good way, where like they should be if you're intentional about them. But I think what I am curious about is like, were those boundaries in place before you felt like you were burned out? In which case, like, do they need tweaking to
Oh,
support what the now looks like? Because like both things could be true, but I would
I,
say if they haven't been tweaked, like my experience with burnout is you usually kind of have to like reinvent a lot of things. So if
yeah.
you had boundaries in place before that hit, like they can still stay, but until you create some sort of shift in that boundary, you may not feel, sorry, the car mechanics calling. You may not feel like it's different because the boundary has carried from burnout to non-burnout with you. So like you can keep the same boundary, but you have to shift something about that because that'll train your brain to move on from like the physical sensation of burnout.
Okay.
You have to make some sort of change so that your body knows it's in like a safe space now, not like a burnout space. It can still be a boundary around the same area,
I see.
but it
Okay.
needs that shift.
Yeah, yeah, that's your body is responding. So you put up a lot of boundaries to protect yourself to get through that time. But those boundaries are physiologically tied and neurologically tied to how you felt and operated in that time. And so we need to update, tweak to what reality is now, so that your body isn't going into, oh my gosh, is this burnout every time you're holding one of those boundaries that protected you from burnout, right? So you might not consciously be doing that, but your body is responding in that way. So do you have an example of what one of those boundaries is?
Um, I don't have an example of what the boundary
Yeah.
is. That's really hard to pinpoint for me. It's more that I'm having like a PTSD
Yeah.
style response to crossing
Yeah.
whatever that boundary is. And like I'll give the example I can give you is using AI. Like
Okay.
I have not used AI in 6 months.
Okay.
Because a number of reasons. And for this job, I needed to use some AI stuff the other day, and I had a visceral response to it. And it wasn't the morality of AI or anything like that. It was just that it took me back to a place that I was over a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it is a form of PTSD.
Okay.
Because it's a trauma response is what you're doing because you were in a really hard place for a long time. So I would say you will need to reflect on and look at, for example, in this situation, what do you want that relationship with AI to actually feel like?
Mm.
And redefine what it can feel like so that your brain's not defaulting to the fire trauma state that is currently wired around AI for you.
Okay.
Oh, Burnout. Yes, it's a great book.
Okay.
It's audiobook too. I know you. Everyone loves their audiobooks. Okay. You didn't read a book for a year after leaving seminary. Oh, I get that too.
Yeah, just
One of those.
everyone does love their audiobooks. So why isn't the Happy
Okay.
Leader playbook
It's
anywhere I could listen to?
Okay. The Unhappy American just went live on audiobook like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
on the
I
paid
just
thing that I don't know how to access.
I just approved the final audio for the Happy Leader playbook. So I
Good.
don't know how long it will take for Amazon to actually do the thing, but I just
You need
yes.
to put it to where it goes on Spotify.
Oh. I don't think that's in the contract with my
I don't know.
my audiobook narrator. I'm sorry.
I was happy to see that it finally did get one of them at least got to audio because I'm
Yes,
like,
and
yes.
and if anyone wants them on audio, I have a certain number of codes for free audio downloads of the books. So if you want one of those, just let me know. Amazon does it to get people reading the books. Yes, Tori wants one. Okay, awesome. Did that help some, Caroline?
Yes.
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 Okay, good. Micah, hi. Do you want to jump in and share?
Sure.
Micah has a lot going on too, y'all.
I think for me, I don't know if this is so much of a boundary as a like I was self-limiting myself. So like preemptive boundary. I don't know. Like backwards boundary. Um, I was limiting myself from applying for things that didn't fit inside a very, very small box. And I got over myself.
And now you have all the job interviews.
Yeah, now I have two really solid leads. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
it's been, I was telling Charles last night, I was like, I was putting up artificial walls, um, because I was scared. I was scared it wouldn't have the same pay or the same flexibility or the same whatever, and I was dying. I
Yeah.
am dying
Yeah.
over here slowly.
Yeah.
Because of like now we're being measured on our utilization of AI, and now we're, it's just numbers and metrics, and I feel like a widget and a machine. Um, Instead of where I started with this company, which I loved, which was impact on nonprofits and their mission. So just a big culture shift. So
Yeah.
had to decide if I wanted to continue to be in the for-profit world or go back to the nonprofit world, and just stopped putting up a lot of fences.
Yeah. But I love because each of us, like, we put up walls. Walls are boundaries. Walls are just really defensive boundaries. We put them up out of fear or out of uncertainty or out of anger, right? But walls are all about protecting our energy and capacity.
Mhm.
So you have, in the same way that Caroline was just talking about, you have memories tied with these other spheres, and your body reacts to things from your past in certain ways. And so we carry narratives around them. So we put up walls to say, I don't want to do that again, or I do that around advertising, any ad job I take, which is few and far between these days. But like my body goes into like full like mode, right? Until I like talk myself off a ledge and say, why are we doing this? Why are we? And you have to constantly have those conversations with yourself. And that is, I mean, those are the two skills we're talking about, right? It is, what am I feeling? A lot of times we don't even stop and go, what am I feeling? Oh, I'm
Mhm.
scared, right? I'm angry. I I'm feeling the trauma of what happened previously, right? Okay. So feeling, the first step of feeling is always, what am I feeling? And then what am I going to do about it is that second piece, instead of just reacting or letting our brain hijack and decide for us. And then the second piece is like coming at it with compassion instead of judgment, coming at it and not being mad at ourselves for feeling things that are completely normal to feel given our individual life experience and what has gone on around us. Like we can't be mad that the thought of, for me, like the thought of going back into the ad space causes this trauma response. I can't be mad about that. Like it just is what it is. So what am I going to do about it, or how am I going to create boundaries to protect my energy if and when I decide to step back into those spaces and places, right? Ultimately, like we all get to decide at the end of the day if we're gonna like stay with decisions we've made or move away from them. Like Micah, if you take a job and then 6 months in you go, this is not good for my energy, like you get to decide what to do next. Like nothing is permanent, right? You can swear off AI or you can swear off reading a paperback book as a decision, and a year later go, you know what? I can rethink that decision now. Like we all have the agency and power to do that. We just don't often stop and go, can I do that? Will I allow myself to do that? Do I still need this boundary? And a lot of times we hold boundaries with such like, you are not going to move my boundary, that we end up wasting a lot of energy on a boundary that actually doesn't matter that much to us anymore. It's just, it's become such a core piece of who we are that we, damn it, we're not going to let go of that boundary. Yeah. Y'all all have so much going on in your lives right now. Okay, Tori, go get your car. We'll see you later. That was quick. She bounced. She's like, my partner is gone. I am out of here. Um, let's see. See our conversation. See, that was one question in 30 minutes because that's how we do. So now I go, do we do the second one or do we skip to the third one? Let's do the second one because I think it's really important, especially with all that we are each carrying right now. So, talking about boundaried and bright, we're talking about feelings and compassion. So, what are you still carrying? Bye, Micah. What are you still carrying that you know isn't yours to still be carrying, or that you don't want to still be carrying? Or, okay, so what are you still carrying? And the important question, because it's the useful question on how do we move forward, is what's making it so hard to put down? Because that's where the feeling comes in. That's always a feeling narrative. Why can't we walk away from this? Why can't we put it down? So what are you still carrying that you don't want to be? That isn't yours to carry? What is making it so hard to put down? Anyone? Bueller?
I may have put this in the portal.
Yeah?
I don't remember. Um, so this is personal, but I still carry a lot of emotional weight between my kids and their dad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that I get pulled into that I don't necessarily want to carry, but it like they can't speak to each other, so I end up getting pulled in. And I've put some boundaries in place, but my ex just bought a new house and there was a creature that lived at the old house. It was a bearded dragon that was purchased for child number 2 as a bribe, as a whatever. The day it was purchased, I said, I want nothing to do with this thing. It is never coming to my house. I am never helping take care of it. Like, no. Well, now said creature needs a plan to get from old house to new house. And my ex is disabled, doesn't have use of his right arm. So I get pulled in to help move the creature, but it's not just a physical move. There's emotions tied because that child does not speak to her father, and she's angry that the bearded dragon can't come live at my house, and that I'm holding this line of I said no. So I on Monday said I will give you an hour to help get this thing moved. And we did it, and I said, and now I don't ever want to hear about it again. I am not responsible. I said, you told your dad you would go there once a week to take care of it. Figure it out. I am not driving you. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it. So I feel like I was carrying a lot, but I like finished the job.
I love
It's
it.
done. It's done. The thing almost jumped on me while I was driving in the car.
Oh, no, thank you.
It was, yeah, it was not a fun
Yeah.
hour of
Yeah.
moving the bearded dragon, but it's done.
It's done. Ooh,
Mhm.
I love
Mhm.
that. Okay, good, good. You put that down. You were like, nope, not mine.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. Kathleen, Caroline, either? None of you are carrying anything.
I feel like I'm carrying everything all the time. I'm like
What
that's
would you like to put down? Maybe that's the easier question. What would you like to not carry?
I mean, if we're honest, I'm at a place of like pause with a lot of my work. I'd said before, like I have a few clients, but my larger clients have fallen off. I almost want to put all of them down. I almost want to say, hey, let's do a hard reset.
Mm,
And I don't know that that's the right choice, but it is what I want.
yeah.
I feel like with this client that they want to do, and I got an email confirmation, they want to do May hours in June. And they're like, well, we thought we had a little more time left in May, and so we're gonna use that in June. I'm like,
Not how that
no,
works.
no,
Yeah.
that's not it though.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm just like, so why don't you guys just go?
Yeah.
Like if that's how you're gonna be,
But
and
but
and
but pay that
another
invoice
client,
first.
yeah, and another client that like they keep pushing back on minimum wage.
Mhm.
They kept hiring interns for free or interns as consultants, which is not a thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and and now they said, hey, we want to make sure we're going to hire these high school kids and we're going to pay them this much per hour. And like, so that's less than the minimum wage.
Yeah.
And the minimum wage applies to all workers, including minors.
Yeah.
Can you please stop trying to get around just minimum wage isn't even a fair wage.
No.
Minimum wage isn't, we've shifted in the United States from minimum wage being the minimum to live to the minimum we're legally allowed to pay.
Hmm.
And so, can you just stop?
Yeah.
And this is, of course, the same company that wants to take guns to work. And so I'm like, you guys.
Well, I mean, what's your boundary there? Because
Well,
I know you won't if I don't know.
well, my boundary is honestly at a certain point.
What is that point? I guess is my
And
question.
and that
What
and
is
I'm
that
not
point?
sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what the point is. I'm not sure what my breaking point is on this because right now my practice is to say this is the law.
Yeah.
And my practice is to say this is why this is in place. My practice is to say, hey, by the way, that's minimum wage and it still applies.
Yeah.
I think my breaking point is if they still just go ahead and hire these people or break the law or
Yeah.
change their policy to say guns are allowed and things like that. I think they're just still trying to sneak around and do things on their way.
Yeah.
But I can't see it, so I can't guarantee that. But my breaking point is genuinely when they say, well, we're just going to do this. I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah.
then this seems like a bad fit.
I mean,
Um,
what would it feel like to instead of reactively hold the boundary, to
yeah,
proactively say, this is the law, and if you are going to go around the law, you will have to find another HR consultant
yeah.
because my
Well, the thing
practice will
is,
not.
the thing is, I don't think that that's what they think they're doing.
Yeah.
They see themselves as a very humanist workplace.
With guns and
Well, right, but the thing is, in some ways
yeah.
they are.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're healthcare, right? They're
Yeah, yeah. And so it's like, and again, like nothing's perfect. And I want to go back to, do I have too many boundaries? I know I have a lot of sense of justice, shall we say, that gets thrown into this. And so I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But also, like, I don't know, maybe I do. Like,
I
maybe,
mean, so this is where my brain goes. Okay.
yeah,
And you are neurospicy like me. We tend to have
yes,
a very here is the line, and when it comes to social justice, like here's the line,
yeah,
and there is a right or wrong when it comes to
yeah,
this stuff. And how dare you be on the wrong side of this line? Okay.
yes,
So what I would do is I would hold that line up front, and if you need to fire them as a client, that becomes content for you to attract the kind of companies who want to work with someone who is that socially just. And
yeah,
we've been
that's
talking
true.
about how you find better alignment with clients.
Yeah,
It's going out and saying, look, I had a client or I was consulting with this company who tried to skirt around minimum wage
yeah,
for interns. That is a hot topic. That
yeah,
is Here is why I said we will no longer work together. That will
yeah,
bring you in clients that are more aligned to how you want to show up and serve anyway.
yeah. No, that's really true.
So that, to me, that is you practicing. You're feeling, yes, I don't like this. This is not socially just. It
Yeah,
makes me feel uneasy. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me angry, right? You pay
yeah.
people not minimum wage. You pay people a living wage. I mean, that's a whole piece that you could write to start.
Yeah,
But then, okay, great. So compassion says, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to find clients that actually align with this and aren't going to put me in situations where I have to say, that's not how you treat people.
yeah, yeah. And it's just a matter of honestly, like,
And I know you and Chris will get there.
No, we will. And
Yeah.
that's the thing is like that
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect time because like engaging with Chris to kind of rework both my offering and my marketing.
Yeah.
It's exactly the right time. It's exactly where I'm feeling dissatisfied. It's exactly where I'm not holding boundaries because I'm not really sure I know what
You
boundaries,
don't know what your boundaries are. Yeah.
yeah, what I want and need to have there.
Yeah.
And so that's why it kind of feels like, ugh, why don't I just get rid of all these people? And the answer is because then I have $0 coming in
Yeah.
and I'm
Right.
trying to pay Chris as well.
Right.
You know?
And then it becomes a scarcity mindset. And
Yeah.
then we stick with people who are not in alignment, which makes it harder for us
Yeah.
to attract people who are in alignment.
Oh
And
yeah.
it is
No,
the
it's
vicious
all
cycle of owning your own business.
yes. No, exactly. And so like that's what I was hoping to be able to do with this was to
Yeah.
be just sort of chill about, hey, these are sort of my little clients and we'll get through it together. And now I'm like, God, you know what? Honestly, you guys, maybe not though.
Well, when you mentioned wanting to reset earlier, and I think it's
Yeah.
very interesting, and maybe you and Micah should have an offline about a reset because she just did a rebrand of her whole
Hmm.
thing, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And she was really using that as a reset for how she's going to present herself moving forward and how she's going to
Yeah.
align with different people moving forward from a business perspective, from a client perspective. And so I do think, I mean, you and Chris will take a while to get the work figured out,
Yeah.
but use that time and space as when you're launching, when you're stepping into this new version of your company with Chris, like use that as a reset to be able to say, hey, current clients, this is who I am and how we're moving forward. I
Yeah.
would love for you to be on that journey with me if we align due to XYZ. Um, and allow people to opt out if they don't want to be in, or allow people to step into contracts where you have your boundaries and can get rid of clients when they cross those boundaries.
Yeah.
You're going to attract the kind of people you want to work with that way.
Yeah.
It's really big and scary though, and hard to do.
Everything about
it
owning your own business is big and scary and
it
hard to
is,
do.
which is
Like,
why we don't, I mean, it's why it's easier to not do it sometimes.
yeah,
um
yeah. No, that's totally like I feel like I was better able to hold my boundaries on a personal level in this past month,
yeah.
in ways that I don't always.
Yeah.
Uh, and in business, I don't know, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
It takes more practice, but it also takes more definition.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was really realizing is I do not have nearly enough definition
Yeah.
when it comes to the work that I'm doing.
um so I was having lunch with or coffee with this woman who is actually my old neighbor in Kansas City, tried to hook me up with this woman here who does impact related work
Nice.
um, in December. And I totally dropped the ball because that's what you do during a big move. And you
Yeah.
totally, and so I emailed her like late April and I was like, holy shit, I am so sorry. Can we still do this? And I walk into it like blind. I'm like, I don't know who she is. I looked at her
Yeah.
website. I'm like, this could be interesting. Well, anyway, we're the same person in two different bodies. Her husband does the exact same thing as my husband in the same industry. Like it
Wild.
was
Okay.
bizarro. You know, our coffee turned into like 3.5 hours. Um, but what we were talking about is when you go into business for yourself or when you consult on your own, right? Um, she said, the thing you don't realize that's going to happen when you do it is that it is the fastest track to personal development than you could get anywhere else. Because
Yeah.
to run a business or to consult on your own, you have to do so much interpersonal work to be able
Yeah.
to keep showing up and putting yourself on the line and carry a business or carry a contract,
Yeah.
right? Like the personal work almost matters more than the work we do for our clients because the more personal work we do, the better we show up for our clients and we can deliver what they need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So holding the personal boundaries, like if that's what you did this month, fantastic. Like fantastic. I would
Yeah.
say most people in this group, like we all are high achievers. We all want to do well in the businesses we're running. We want to have an impact. We want to have a paycheck. We want all of those things.
Yeah.
But most of our plates right now are bogged down by personal stuff. And
Yeah.
we have to sort through and figure out those personal things so that we can have the energy and capacity to show up for everyone else.
Yeah.
So hold those personal boundaries. And I'm also very excited to do a cemetery walk with you soon. So yay.
Yes.
Caroline, I don't remember the question anymore. Oh, what are you holding? What are you holding that you need to put down? What are you holding? Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
And-
okay. I mean, I have been shedding
Yeah.
things for a while.
Yeah.
And I will continue to shed things that I don't need for a while. So, but that's okay.
Yeah. Are you still making time to hold space for yourself?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Probably too much.
If that's what you need right now.
Yeah.
It tends to be the first thing we all sacrifice is the time we hold for ourselves. So I would rather you hold the boundary too hard there than shed that.
I've gotten really good at weekends.
Good.
And I've been getting a lot better at getting rid of my phone, when it's family time.
Yeah.
So I like leave it on the charger in the bedroom on sleep mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just ignore it. So
Did you see how giddy I just got? Because I have something that no one would appreciate except this group.
yeah.
Are you ready? I'm gonna see if I can pull it over because it's better as a visual reveal than anything else. Hold on.
Oh my God. Tell me that's Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth. So I can keep my phone in the other room and it rings. And I have to like come here. This is just for my office, like my work stuff. So during work hours, my phone rings here and I pick it up.
Now I want to call you just so I can see you pick it up and talk on it.
Oh my God.
That's
I know.
so cool.
I know. Anyway, that is how I'm holding that boundary.
My oldest daughter is 17 and she's way more disciplined than I ever was at 17. But her phone, it doesn't light up automatic, like no notifications, but the screen always stays black. You have to act like if you want to look at the time, you have to swipe up, put your pass, like unlock the phone. And she's like, I don't look at it. I don't look at it anymore because there's nothing on the screen to see. Like she completely blocked herself out of everything. So like if she's gonna go on Instagram, she has to like, it's not a
Big thing.
notification.
It's a big
It's a,
decision.
Yep.
With
And she has
intentionality.
set like 15-minute timers for all of her things. She gets locked out automatically at 15 minutes. She can extend it, but like she consciously is aware of how much time she is spending on apps. And I'm like, for a 17-year-old to have that awareness and to
So-
put that boundary in place, I'm
So
fascinated.
I will say, and you have to talk to your kid about this. I would guess you would get a huge turnout if you had an IAW event where a 17-year-old was teaching all of us women how to have phone boundaries.
That would be awesome.
Guarantee that would be a huge event.
Mhm.
And if you don't do it, we're gonna hit her up for the virtual chapter.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, I didn't even know you could do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's such
And
a
I'm
good
always been odd. Like this is she's junior in high school. She'll get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to the gym before she goes to school. And I'm like, where did you come from? You are not like she's read Atomic Habits. She's like,
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
She's
it's
gonna launch her own business.
fascinating. Nope, she doesn't want to
change the world. No?
She went to DECA
Oh, she's your
State,
DECA
or
kid. Yeah, yeah.
she, well, yeah, but she wants to be a physical therapist. She doesn't want to work in marketing or business or anything. But she also wants to be a personal trainer. So she's like, I can have my own gym. I can have my own thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's
And
crazy.
we need to learn phone skills from her.
Mhm. Well, technology skills, because she refuses to make a phone call.
Well, yeah. I mean, people don't do phones anymore. I was sitting at a
Yeah.
conference. I was telling Kathleen, I was sitting at a conference last week, and among the many really strange conversations, it was an HR conference. So one lady had to leave the conference because one of her clients, the job work site, he was rushed to the hospital because of a crushed testicle that she had to deal. Like, this is what happened in the middle of the conference. And I'm going, this is such a weird group of people. Um, just like talking about it as if like those of us that are not in HR, like in that actual role, we're like, oh my God, how are we talking about this normally? And everyone else is like, so do you have comp? Like, do you have like, did you like, they go straight into logistics. Like there's no emotion around the actual energy. It's like, is your client covered? Um, anyway, but there was a woman who was like, we had hired all these people, these customer service people, and they could do customer service via chat, email, or phone. So it was always, you had these options, chat, email, or phone, however it worked best for you. Well, the company just mandated that all customer service is going to go back to being phone service. And they have a lot of really pissed off employees because people don't like talking on the phone. And she can't figure out why no one wants to do this job. Like, we hired you to do customer service, do customer service. And I'm going, don't you understand? Like, people younger than us don't. My sister does not like answering the phone. She will have it go to voicemail so that she can prepare how to engage in that conversation. She can never answer, right? It's just a different mentality. I know. My blue phone, now I don't see who's calling though. Like, that is the one thing. You don't see who's calling.
That would drive me crazy.
So many of my phone calls are video calls these days
Yeah.
because people don't use their
Right,
phones,
right.
that like most of my phone calls are spam.
Yeah.
So like as much as I would love to adopt the blue phone in the
Well,
office,
so that I will say, so my phone, it's a Google phone. And so all the spam and stuff, it doesn't come to me. Google screens all of that. So it doesn't go to the
yeah, Apple
phone
don't
here,
care.
which is
They
great.
That's not
Google does
true.
that. Google
yeah.
Assist. That's not true. Oh, yes, ex-Apple. Okay, rapid fire really quick because we're gonna run out of time. One word. I'm gonna stick with one word. I'm not gonna give you more than that. The kind of energy you want to take into June.
Sunny.
Oh, I like that.
Hopeful.
Hopeful.
Progress.
I'm gonna choose ease. I haven't felt easy for a while. I'm gonna choose ease. Next month is all about rhythm, creating our rhythms, finding our rhythms. I am finishing uploading the module today because June 1st is Monday, y'all. It's a
Rare cat
calico.
sighting. Cooper is like, don't put me on camera.
It's a calico. Hi.
That's what you get.
I love y'all. Thank you for spending time with me. If you need
Likewise.
me, you know where to find me. Megan, you're on my calendar here in a bit. So
Sorry
yay.
for the last minute. Like,
You know what? You squeezed it in by the end of the month. You know? I'll take
that
it. I'll take it. It's been a busy month.
has been.
I will see y'all soon. Thank you. Have a great Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.